Buenos días, buenos días. Bienvenidas.
Sí.
Aquí tenemos Betsy, Mari, Sally. ¿Cómo están ustedes?
Bien.
Muy bien.
Tengo un problema con mi video.
¿Sí? ¿Por qué?
Sí. Necesito. Sí.
No sirve el video, la cámara, Sally.
No. Voy a salir y trato también.
Ingresar de nuevo, está bien. Aquí
Sí.
te espero. Muy bien.
Gracias.
Bien, pues, hola Betsy, hola Mari, ¿cómo están ustedes hoy?
Muy bien.
Sí.
Yeah, muy bien.
Bien, un gusto verlas. Es la primera vez que las veo porque normalmente en las clases no comparten su video, su cámara.
Sí.
Bien. ¿Primera vez aquí en esta reunión?
Por mí, sí.
Para mí. Para mí,
Sí.
¿Y tú, Mari? ¿Tú venías a la escuela? Bueno, Betsy, tú venías a la escuela en persona cuando hacíamos la reunión en persona.
Sí.
Sí, esta es la misma reunión, es la misma idea, que nos juntamos aquí, ahora en línea, nos unimos con Zoom para hablar, para practicar y para hablar. Y es una reunión abierta para los alumnos de inglés, tanto como para los alumnos de español. Bien. Bueno, cuéntenme de la semana. ¿Qué tal la semana hasta ahora? ¿Qué tal la semana? ¿Qué tal la semana hasta ahora? When I say ¿qué tal la semana, it's like saying, how's the week going for you?
Bien. El aire huele mal.
El aire huele muy mal, sí, por el fuego.
Sí.
¡Qué lástima!
Yeah.
Yo me levanté hoy y quería salir para correr en el parque. Y ayer no olía el humo mucho. Lo olí cuando fue yo creo que fue martes que iba a ir a la piscina con mi hijo. Pero salí de la casa y había mucho aire y yo tengo problemas respiratorios, tengo asma. Entonces decidimos no ir a la piscina. Pero ayer no podía olerlo. Entonces pensé que ya se había ido. Chequé en el internet por la mañana la calidad del aire y decía que todo bien. Pero al salir de la casa, al momento me chocó como un tren. Pero muy fuerte hoy.
Sí.
Mari, ¿donde tú vives puedes oler el humo también? Hola, Ángela.
Hola.
Moleste mis ojos. That is my eyes.
So remember, this is exactly what we are working on in class, right? So you want to say me molesta. It works like gustar, where you say me gusta, me molesta.
Me molesta.
Me
Mis
molesta
ojos.
los ojos. Me
Los
molesta
ojos.
los ojos. Sí.
Muy mal. So, but how do you say sunset?
El puesto del sol.
El puesto del sol, muy Bonita.
Muy bonito, sí. Cuando hay mucho humo, los puestos del sol son muy bonitos. Es verdad. Qué cómico, Mari. Me recordaste de cuando yo vivía en Buenos Aires, en Argentina. Hay mucha contaminación en el aire. Hay mucho humo por los carros, por el tráfico, por todo esto. Y leyendo uno de los libros para turistas, había un artículo hablando de los aspectos buenos del humo. Hablando de que es un poco irónico que Buenos Aires se llama Buenos Aires porque realmente el aire no es bueno, es muy malo, pero por tanta contaminación, los puestos del sol son muy bonitos en Buenos Aires. Y estaban poniendo esto en como un libro de propaganda para turistas, como si fuera un aspecto bueno de Argentina. Es muy cómico. I don't know if you could understand me, so I'll just say it in English, but that was like an advertisement in a book for tourists when I was living in Buenos Aires. It was advertising the good thing about having such dirty air and how it had beautiful sunsets.
That's funny.
Like I remember reading it and like it was talking about how ironic the name Buenos Aires is which means good air.
Right.
Because the air is really terrible, but because of that, we have these great, wonderful sunsets. So please come enjoy the dirty
Oh
air.
my gosh,
Beautiful
that's funny.
sunsets in Buenos Aires.
That is funny.
¿Cómo estás, Ángela? Estamos conversando del humo, del aire aquí en Colorado, porque hay un fuego muy grande en las montañas. Y hasta aquí en Denver podemos oler el humo. Y se ha puesto la calidad del aire muy mala aquí en la ciudad de Denver. Did I
I
lose
caught
you?
like bits and pieces, so what you said, I didn't catch all that.
So I was just saying that here in Denver, the air quality is really bad today. There's a
Air quality.
huge fire burning
Oh, geez.
it's on the western slope.
3 fires now. Tres
There's
fuegos.
3.
Oh, man.
Oh.
I'm going to have to text my best friend. See how she's
No,
doing.
like it's hard to go outside. I was just trying to go for a run this morning before class, and I walked outside and just like instantly
Ugh,
overwhelmed
yuck.
with the smoke and it's really bad.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Sí.
it's been like this all week.
El
Gosh.
Autopista I-70 Cerrado. Is that right? It's closed?
Cerró.
Yes, Cerro.
Hmm.
Wow.
Wow.
Through
Yeah, I'm going to have
Glenwood
to text my best friend, Neela.
There's one in Glenwood Canyon, and that's the one that's right next to the highway. There's a huge one in Grand Junction. And then
Wow.
another one started yesterday in near Fort Collins in the Poudre Canyon called Cameron Peak Fire.
Gosh, that's
Mhm.
crazy.
Wow, yeah. It's,
David, is forest fire? How do you say forest fire?
I don't know if there's a specific word for it.
I've only experienced that once, and that was when I was on my 1-year anniversary, go figure, with my husband to the Chattanooga, or not Chattanooga, Gatlinburg area. I was like, of course there would be a fire here.
So
Uh,
I'm just looking it up here on, I'm going to give you guys my personal favorite website for looking up words like this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just seeing incendios forestales,
That's what I
fuego
saw.
forestal, but I'm going to put this into the chat for you here. So this is a website that I really find interesting, Lingway, because it somehow searches the web for websites that have both Spanish and English versions of it. So I find it to be better than Google Translate because it's more authentic. because you're seeing how actual websites are translating this. So like the one, you know, sometimes Google Translate, like it'll just give you a direct translation, which isn't always the best term to actually use. And so what I like this, like if you know, if you just click up here where we have forest fire, where I just looked this up, you know, you see it lists, you know, like 10 or even 20 different websites that have been translated into both Spanish and English. And so I like to look for consistency. So for a term like this, to see how consistent it's being translated, you know, because you can't always depend on that, because sometimes websites aren't translated the right way. And so certain words, I like to look at this just to see how it's done. And then you can also notice if it's like a Colombian website or an Argentinian website or a Venezuelan or like Spanish website too, to see if like it's a colloquial word that's being, you know, used differently from one country to another.
Interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's cool. Nose.
Nice. Bueno, ¿de qué vamos a conversar hoy? What is the topic of conversation today? It looks like all we have is Spanish learners here, so we can definitely cater the class to that. I have some stuff prepared that I can do for you, like some, we haven't done this in a few weeks, but we did a few weeks ago, one of my presentations on this series. I have Spanish, 5 Easy Steps to Speak Spanish with Confidence. So if anybody has a topic of conversation to suggest, we can do that. If anybody has prepared anything, I know Sally, sometimes you come with stuff prepared that you want to share with the group. We can do that. Otherwise, I can do this little presentation and just kind of treat it like a workshop today. What do you guys want to do?
No lo sé.
Yeah, I'm open. I'm new to this. So
Yeah.
I'm open.
Tengo un tema.
¿Tienes una qué?
Sí.
I didn't hear you, Sally. Repite, por favor. Repite, por favor.
Sí.
I think she's having issues with her sound.
Tengo una. My CD, me son mal. Lo siento.
Okay, I hear you fine. Well, I did hear you fine.
No, can you hear me now?
I've been able to hear you. Can you hear us?
I can hear you, but the sound is breaking up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting on my end.
Yes.
You might want to.
You as well?
Yeah, maybe you should log out, log back in. How's your internet connection today?
Yeah, because sometimes
it might be. I'm on my phone now because I couldn't get the video on my computer, but maybe I'll try to come here without the video.
And maybe, yeah. I was just gonna say, sometimes when you turn off the video, the audio will work better for you. It's taking the video, it might be taking up too much bandwidth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. A rato.
Okay. Well, does anybody have a topic of conversation, un tema de conversación? O preguntas? Any questions? Otherwise, I can just share this, do a little workshop with you if you want to do that.
Yeah, that's okay.
That works for me.
Can I ask you one question about the, I know this isn't a homework question, but in order to say, like, you're taking a shower, do you take a shower twice a day? Do you say te duchando? Or is it just Tu
Yeah.
duchando.
Just put it in the simple present, Sally. Te duchas?
Te duchas. Okay.
Te duchas
Okay.
2 veces por día?
Okay.
And just so you know, in Latin America, which is what you're gonna hear around here, they don't use
Right.
the word ducharse very much. So it would be more common to say te bañas 2 veces al día
Okay.
with bañarse.
Interesting.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you don't. Okay.
As far like people will understand you if you say ducharse, but the most people that you're gonna speak with are probably gonna say bañarse. That's something that I've noticed from living in Spain versus in Latin America.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bañarse. Okay. But then would you say te,
It's a reflexive verb, so yes.
okay, te
Te
bañas.
Te
Te
bañas?
bañando.
Not te bañando, Sally. Te bañas. The simple
I'm
present
married.
tense.
Bañando. No, I'm sorry. Say it again.
Just the simple present tense. It's the AR verb. So take away the
baña.
AR, add back AS. Te bañas?
Te bañas. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now you can go on.
Bañando is the ing that we use in
Right.
the progressive form.
Okay. Right. Okay. That's it for now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, keep the questions coming. It's always for those of you that join me on these weekly sessions, you know, it's always a really good idea to keep, you know, like what we were talking about a couple of weeks ago, if you're keeping a Spanish journal, those questions that come up while you're studying Spanish, write them down and then bring them to the group here because this is helpful to everybody that's here.
Okay.
I have a question as well.
Be spot.
So, I keep forgetting on my, on the time, when you say like 45, say 2:45, how do you say that again? ¿Cómo se dice?
So you've got two ways you could say if it's a 45 or a quarter specifically. So the word for a quarter in Spanish, a quarter of an hour, is un cuarto.
Un cuarto. Okay.
Right? And so that's because it's an hour is 60 minutes and 15-minute increments are then going to be quarter hours. So if it's like 7:15, you would say son las 7:15. If it's 6:45, you subtract from the hour with the word menos. Son las 7 menos cuarto.
So you're saying, okay, I think I get that.
Son las 7:15. It's 7 and a quarter, or in other words, 7:15. Son las 7 menos cuarto is like saying it's a quarter until 7, or in Spanish, the direct translation is 7 minus a quarter.
Okay, that's just really confusing to me. I've got the like es la mediodía and es la medianoche. I've got those down.
Just to clarify, es el mediodía.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I put la.
Because dia ends with a, and you were thinking it was feminine.
Oh,
but
that's why.
That's one of those exceptions that dia is masculine. El dia.
Okay. But yeah, because it's just that 45 after and like the 15 after or whatever that I keep getting messed up. Everything else I've got down. But okay.
But don't get so hung up on that, because you can still always say son las 7:45 or son las 7:15. That's 100% acceptable.
I figure that's gonna wind up just being my default.
just remember, cuarto is the word for quarter. So son las 7:15 is 7:15. Son las 7 menos cuarto, it's a quarter till 7.
Okay.
Cool.
That's the only question I had.
Okay, good, good. Sally, can you hear us?
Sí, sí.
Is this
Muy bien.
better?
Sí, sí.
Muy bien. Okay, bien. Sally, me pareció que querría compartir algo con nosotros.
Ouch, my leg.
Sí. Pienso que es útil para todos hablar sobre qué hacen todos los días.
Como la rutina cotidiana.
Sí,
Muy
la rutina, sí. ¿Por qué podemos en el tiempo presente?
bien.
Sí,
Ok, muy bien.
sí,
Entonces, el tema de conversación, el tema, there's another one for you.
sí.
Ends with A, but is masculine. El tema. And it's a
¿Qué
matter of
significa?
fact, the subject.
Mm.
A lot of words, this is like a general rule, but I don't know that it's like a 100% defined rule. There's a lot of words that end with MA that are going to be masculine.
Huh.
If it ends with MA specifically, el programa, el tema, el
I've never
problema.
noticed that
Somebody
before.
said earlier, la problema. It's el problema.
I've never thought about that. Because I say that all the time, but I don't think of, huh. Interesting.
For whatever reason, there's the words that end with MA. And so, like, this is a great one for you to think about. So what is MA for us in English? Ma. Like
Mhm.
mom, mama, mom.
Yeah.
It's a very feminine word.
Hmm.
And then you've got DAD, dad.
Yeah.
Like the most masculine of all masculine words, your dad.
Yeah.
And the
Huh.
suffix DAD in Spanish is feminine.
Oh, that's funny.
Mhm.
The words in Spanish that end with MA are masculine and DAD are feminine.
Oh, that's funny. And is that te, a, ma, a,
El
t?
tema. Mhm.
Okay. Gracias.
De nada. Muy bien. ¿Quién quiere empezar? Cuéntanos de tu rutina diaria. And then, so this is also a good activity. So if you're missing vocabulary, if you don't know how to say something that you do on a daily basis, this is actually a really, really, really good topic of conversation, Sally. I like this a lot because the more you can learn how to talk about your daily routine, things you do for fun, things you do for work, like your daily activities from the time you wake up till the time you go to bed, like the faster you're going to be able to start speaking in a variety of situations, because what do you do every day is what you're going to be talking to people about.
That's true.
¿Quién quiere empezar la rutina cotidiana?
Voy a empezar.
Dale, Sally. So for
Good.
everybody here, listen to what Sally says to make this interactive as well. As you're listening to Sally, try and write down some questions that you can ask, just to also kind of continue the conversation. Okay, dale, Sally. Comienza.
Sí. Todos los días me despierto a las 7, más o menos. Después, yo me levanto y vestirme.
Y me visto.
Y me visto.
Yeah, or you could say me levanto para vestirme, but if you use the conjunction word y, then now you've got a separate clause and you need to conjugate that verb as well.
Sí, me visto. Usualmente veo las noticias en la televisión. además, yo leo el periódico del día. Should I stop now and someone else can do a couple?
No, I think keep going, yeah.
Okay. Usualmente veo las noticias en la televisión. Aproximadamente.
¿Ves las noticias en español o en inglés?
Oh, sí. Yo veo las noticias en inglés. Pero ahora yo veo Telemundo. Y un programa fue, se llama El Nuevo Día. Y las personas en el programa fue jugando un juego. ¿Jugando un juego?
¿Estaba jugando un juego?
Sí, estaba jugando un juego, sí. Después, yo usualmente hacer ejercicio por media hora. Y aproximadamente 12, mi esposo y yo comemos almuerzo. Hasta almuerzo, a menudo caminamos.
¿Después del almuerzo?
Sí. Después del almuerzo, usualmente caminamos en el vecindario. Y de repente está tiempo para cena. Y después la cena, mi esposo y yo usualmente vemos la televisión. Mi esposo acostarte. Mi esposo, él acostarte aproximadamente.
Say that last part again, Sally.
Mi esposo le acostarse.
Mi esposo se acuesta.
Mi esposo se acuesta aproximadamente 9.
Aproximadamente a las 9.
A las 9.
And it would be a lot, probably even easier just to say a las 9 más o menos.
A las 9 más o menos, sí.
There's a couple of alternative ways to say that. You could say a las, in just to call this into cultural check, the Spanish concept of time doesn't need everything is an approximate time in Spanish.
Oh, sí.
So really, you don't need to say that, if you're speaking with true, like when you say 9 o'clock, that means anywhere from 10 o'clock to 3 a.m.
Sí, es verdad. Pero me gusta hablar la palabra aproximadamente.
Me gusta decir la palabra.
Sí, me gusta decir la palabra aproximadamente, sí. Mi esposo, now I've forgotten already.
Mi esposo se acuesta a las 9.
A las 9, muy temprano, porque te gusta.
Le gusta
hacer golf muy temprano por la mañana.
Le gusta jugar el golf.
Le gusta jugar al golf muy temprano por por la mañana. Sí.
Excelente.
Interesante.
El fin.
Muy bien. Lindo trabajo, Sally. Fantástico. Bien, preguntas para Sally. ¿Quién tiene una pregunta para Sally?
Pregunta. She said le gusta. What's the different, like, I don't think I've heard it like, okay, so you use le instead of say or whatever. I think I've seen, no, what is it? Yeah.
Just so you know, you're going to learn that in the next level.
Okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, so that in Spanish, we've got different types of pronouns. When we're talking about a daily routine like this, we're using a lot of reflexive verbs. So that's where the say comes into place. That's going to be the reflexive pronoun in the third person singular. So a lot of those words are reflexive. Me levanto, me despierto, él se acuesta. Those are all reflexive verbs.
Okay.
But gustar, so gustar is a really peculiar verb in Spanish from our understanding. Gustar doesn't mean to like, it means to please. So when we're actually using the word gustar, you're not saying I like, you're saying
it
the
pleases
thing
me
pleases
to do whatever.
So that's why you say me gusta instead of yo gusto, right?
Right.
Gustar is technically a regular verb. It's an AR verb, and there's a time and a place for saying gusto, right? Le gusto means I please you, or in other words, you like me. It's weird.
Yeah.
You have to completely think backward
Right.
in this aspect, and it's super awkward, and it's going to take you a long time to get used to it. So in this situation, when Sally says le gusta jugar el golf, she's saying for us, he likes to play golf. But the correct literal translation, and the reason why we have le gusta in there, is because you're saying playing golf pleases
himself. Okay, that makes sense. And then, ¿qué significa acuesta?
Acuesta.
Acuesta?
The verb is acostarse, which means to lay down.
Oh, okay.
Or in this situation, to go to bed. And you're going to have fun in the next level, because this is not only a reflexive verb, acostarse, so that say gets put in the front when you conjugate it. It's also a changing irregular verb. So acostar, the O changes to U-E when you conjugate it.
Oh, brother.
You've got some good times ahead of you, Angela.
Yay!
But don't worry, Betsy and Mary have been through it with me, or with Pedro, I guess, actually one of my other instructors, and so it is possible, right? See?
Sí, it's
Sí se
still...
What Betsy say, más o menos.
Sí, acuerdo. Me acuerdo.
Acuerdo. That's a
Con Betsy.
Changer.
Sí. But we keep pushing on.
Sí.
Bien, ¿más preguntas para Sally? Sally, I put a comment in the chat box for you. The cool thing about this is, like, because this is the world that I live in, I can, like, as you're saying that, when you say you like to watch the news, and I asked you if you do it in Spanish, there's this really great resource called News in Slow Spanish. So the link is in the link is in the chat for you now.
Do they have a podcast?
I believe so, yeah. I mean,
okay, that's why I've heard that.
And I think it's a subscription, but you can go to YouTube. I don't know, in my remote, I have Xfinity. In my remote, I can just say YouTube News in Slow Spanish.
Yeah.
And it pops right up. Now, they might not be real current because they have been recorded in the past. But for me, it doesn't matter. It tells what the topic is. And so that's another kind of clue as you're listening to what it's about.
Yeah, no, I think it's a really exciting time to learn a new language because there's all these just fantastic resources out there.
Yeah.
And what I really like about this News in Slow Spanish is that you can slow it down and speed it up. So that's really helpful because for all of you, but especially for you, Angela, because you're in a slightly lower level, the sooner you can start making listening to Spanish, get on Duolingo and listen to those podcasts, listen to this News in Slow Spanish. The first step to language acquisition, the first step to fluency is not speaking, it's understanding. The more you can understand, the more comfortable you're going to be. And I just really like this News in Slow Spanish because it's exactly dedicated towards helping.
Yeah, I think that's here. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's probably not because of my screen.
It's reflecting,
yeah.
But
yeah.
So
but it says News in Slow Spanish. It's a podcast on iTunes.
Get that? Yeah, listen to it. The thing, Sally was saying sometimes was it Telemundo?
Yes.
They talk so fast.
Oh yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I love my Spanish dramas, but oh my God, I can only understand like one word every 10 minutes. I hate it.
And you so just because you're listening to Spanish doesn't mean it's helping you. If it's too fast for you to comprehend, you're not actually helping yourself. So that's why I like the News in Slow Spanish, because it's it's slow.
Yeah.
You have to take baby steps, you have to walk.
Yeah. Well, that's why I quite listened into, who did I say? Oh, J Balvin or something like that, because it was so quick. And I was like, I need to take a break from that for a while. Because I don't understand a lick of what he's saying.
Yeah.
And then,
David
like you said, go ahead.
Oh, Cece.
David recommended this book. It's called Easy Spanish Reader.
Oh, no.
And it comes with a CD at the back.
Nice.
So
that's cool.
And they are very accessible stories with self-checking questions, but the CD gives you the listening as well.
Yeah.
I'm finding that I have to see the writing to understand the speaking.
What was the name of that?
Easy Spanish Reader.
I might have the earlier version, right, David? It's also an Easy Spanish Reader, but it didn't have a CD.
It actually might be the newer version. The newer version comes with a link for a digital download.
Oh, that's it. Yes.
That's $10 more.
Oh.
No, I don't know. I made that up.
That's funny.
Yeah.
This you can turn into an MP3 as well.
Ah,
nice.
Yeah, so I just put the link to that for where you can buy it on Amazon. It's
sweet.
For the paperback, $12.30. You can get the Kindle version for $8.43. That's
nice.
They've got a new. Oh wow, they've got a 4th edition. No, I get this every single. It's not available yet. It will be soon. No, this book they did with that book is just brilliant from an educator's perspective, because it goes with grammar like as how you would probably be taught the grammar. So it all starts in super duper simple present tense, very short things. It's got reading activities, and then it's got the audio component. And as you go through it, the grammar starts getting more challenging as well. So I can't recommend. I'm recommending that book to everybody that will listen to me. It's a fantastic book. How far have you read through it, Betsy?
Let me look. I'm through only page 35.
Yeah. Some of the stories that in your level, Angela, I introduced the stories from that book. Those little reading
cool.
activities come from the Easy Spanish Reader.
I know the one book that I told you about a while back. Where's it at? See if I can find it. I decided not to read it because it was confusing since some of the words I didn't even understand. This one here.
Short stories in Spanish. Yeah. Go for the Easy Spanish Reader because even like I read to my son children's books in Spanish all the time. Like you name children's book, it's available in Spanish too. So I've got a stack of children's books, and it's grammatically too advanced for you, even though it's a book for a 3-year-old.
Well, because I thought it was like Spain or something, and I think you said it was like some other where they use a lot of colloquial words or something. And I was like, yeah, that's okay.
I mean, my son is 4 years old, but he knows how to speak in the past, future, and the perfect tenses.
Nice.
You know? And that's just something that because we do it in constantly for but for you learning it as your second language, that's even just looking at a little kid's book, and then you get frustrated because you're like, oh, for Pete's sake, a little kid, little 3-year-old kid speaks more than
My version is called Easy Spanish Reader Premium 3rd Edition.
Yeah, that's the current one.
There's 80 readings, and then you get free the link to Language Lab, the McGraw-Hill Education.
Oh, I love Language Lab.
And they have 60 audio recordings, flashcards, progress trackers, all that. But the reason I like it is that they insert definitions within the writing. So you don't have to stop, look it up, even go to the back. It's right there. And then there's a lot of repetition too with using those words then. So eventually, and what I have found is that I read it over and over, and every time I get more and I get more comfortable with it.
Oh, cool.
Keep doing that. Keep working that book. That's
nice.
And I read out loud. People think I'm
Anyway. I think that's a good idea to read out loud. David, you had mentioned a couple of weeks ago something that like, I don't know if there are TV shows or movies in Spanish.
Let's see here.
I can't remember what the name is.
Lingo Pie.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I tried looking up the Mark Anthony movie that you were telling us about, and we were listening to the song. I can't find it anywhere. I'm so mad.
Oh no, yeah, I found it, and I think it's Netflix, or maybe it's something else. It costs $3.99, and so I haven't had enough time to watch it at one time. But I'm definitely going to buy it for $3.99.
Well, if you find out,
the name of it was El Cantante.
If you find out which one it is, text me.
I will.
Because I was so mad. I was like, oh man, I wanted to see that movie.
Sorry, I did not mean to write lingerie.
Oh, sure.
Lingo Pie. I am not trying to tell you to go buy lingerie in Spanish.
Interesting.
Lingo Pie is what I'm trying to tell you to get.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's fun. Lingo Pie is the resource you were asking about, Money.
Lingo Pie.
Cool.
Okay. All right.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Gracias.
With that Easy Spanish Reader, I found I've read through it to the end, and it was easy, fairly easy, and then at the end I thought it got like there was a big jump from easy to much harder.
Well, because you start getting past where you are grammatically. It does advance when you get towards the end. It's using the full grammar, you start getting into the subjunctive and all this.
And
other
I had a lot of trouble keeping track of the various battles
Yes.
in the history, the Mexican history.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I kind of skipped over some of that too.
Yeah.
Nice. Yin, who wants to go next?
I'll try off the cuff. I don't have anything written.
All right.
Yo me despierto a las 7:30, pero no me levanto until, I don't know until, a las 7
Hasta is until.
hasta a las 7 en la mañana. Me lavo mi cara y me cepillo los dientes. Me visto la ropa deportiva para caminar los perros. Mi esposo y yo caminamos para el parque con 2 perros y caminar 3 miles cada el día.
3 millas.
Nosotros volvemos a la casa aproximadamente a las 10:30 por la desayuno. It's really brunch, but después yo trabajo un proyecto en mi casa o mi jardín. Me prepare.
So here you don't want to make that reflexive.
Yeah, yo preparo. How do I say? Preparo la cena por mi familia, más o menos 5. Now, is this en la tarde or en la noche? 5 would be tarde or noche?
En la tarde.
La tarde. Nosotros comemos en la patio si la tiempo es cómodo. Is that right?
Mhm.
If the temperature is comfortable?
Si el tiempo es bueno, I would say.
Okay, es bueno. Okay. Luego, nosotros limpiamos la cocina. Mi esposo va a la sala, veo el televisión, yo voy a la patio a leer.
Muy bien.
Phew.
¿Cómo está? No, ¿cómo es el nombre de el libro que estás leyendo ahora?
Yo leo ¿Cómo hablar el extraño? How to talk to strangers. How to talk to strangers by Malcolm.
Oh.
Interesante.
Como yo.
Strangers
Like
would
me.
be desconocidos.
Oh, desconocidos. Porque no conoces.
So extraño is the adjective, not the noun.
Extraño is strange in the sense of weird.
Mm.
Oh, these guys are pretty
Hey,
weird.
that could be.
But desconocido is a stranger in the sense of someone the unknown.
Unfamiliar with.
Sí. Desconocido.
Okay.
Bien.
Interesante.
Un día más ocupado.
Un día muy ocupado.
Muy ocupado.
Bien. Sí. Y sí.
Yo trato.
Bien. Preguntas para Betsy.
¿Cuál es la comida favorita que te gusta preparar para tu familia?
Nosotros disfrutamos vegetales de mi jardín.
Sí. Son muy deliciosas.
Most of the time, más o menos, most of the time. We're, how do you say air fryer?
No sé.
No sé.
Freír is the, like, that's a new.
Freír is the verb to fry, but it's usually, yeah. Nosotros traemos vegetales nuevos a mí en el air fryer.
Cool.
Los vegetales en air fryer.
Is it coles de Brussels sprouts?
Uh-huh.
Brussels sprouts. We've done Brussels sprouts, broccoli. We do lots of potatoes. We tried asparagus. That's better done on, grill is pasillo?
La parrilla.
Parrilla.
La parrilla.
P-A-R-I-I. Gracias.
Las vegetales son muy saludables. Healthy.
Sí. Nosotros traemos vegetales mucho instead of la carne.
Sí. En lugar de.
La carne.
Sí, sí. Pero vegetales en lugar de carne.
Sí. Thank you.
Muy bien.
Gracias.
Bien. Well, we've only got a couple of minutes left. Time flies when you're having fun. Anything we didn't cover today that you wanted to learn?
I wanted to know, Betsy, cuando caminar con los perros, caminar en el parque o tomar or tome la misma rutina. I don't know. I'm trying to say, do you walk in a park or do you walk the same route?
Nosotros tomemos, we take, rutinas diferentes.
Okay.
We tried to do the same route for probably about the first 2.5. We stayed in our neighborhood for probably the first 3 months, and then we got bored of it, and then we had to branch out to find some new areas. Less crowded.
Sí.
So.
Sí, en la mañana yo camino con mis perros, pero el rutina es lo mismo, is the same.
Sí.
Pero temprano en la mañana no busy, not busy.
No mucho
Not crowded.
Yeah.
So, but I think my dogs are bored of the walk.
See, they do get bored, and so we branched out.
Yeah. So, yeah, in mi otra vecino, muchos different paths, different walking paths. So this one, I only have one, unfortunately. So.
Sí, nosotros manejemos a el parque a few pequeño milles away. We drive a couple of miles to go to a different park every so often.
Oh, no, that's a good idea.
Ambos viven en Denver, Mary y Betsy? Ambos viven?
Yo vivo en Aurora.
And yo vivo en Lone Tree.
Entiendo. Mi vivo en Minneapolis.
Yo
vivo.
Oh.
Sí.
It's natural. When we get to those reflexive verbs, you start wanting everything reflexive, but yeah. Muy bien. Well, it is the top of the hour. It's 11 o'clock, so I've got a very busy day ahead of me, so I've got to jump off. I think I can leave this open for you if you guys want to just keep talking. So I'm going to go ahead and jump off. Feel free to stay on and communicate amongst yourselves.
Muchas gracias, profesor.
Adiós. Hasta
Ciao.
luego.
Adiós.
I've got to assign somebody a host to be the new host. Who plans on staying on?
I can stay on.
All right, I'm going to make you the new host, Angela. All right.
Excellent.